I have to like explain to everybody that like when I sew, I'm making like bodycon dresses for my girlfriend, and that's not like gay at all. That's like the straightest thing I can do, I'm pretty sure. And it's like, sorry, this isn't like 100 years ago where like the only hobbies for men were like starving and going to war. Because like, I don't know, there's like this expectation that you're doing like granny stuff and you're like sewing Christmas sweaters and you're making baby blankets. And it's like, I would understand if that were the case, but like not really, that's not what's happening. I'm more like making a tailor-made Skims dress right now. And like every crochet project I have is just like a glorified like bra, pretty much. And I recently found this pattern for a top, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and I made it, but it cost like $5, and I'm like, I'm not paying that, so I just made it. And I also didn't measure it, so I kind of messed up the sizing, and now I'm just stuck with this like 36 double D bralette, and it's like way too small for my girlfriend, so I gotta sell it. And it's like, I can't sell it, so I think she's gonna have to sell it, because if I'm selling it, that's weird. Like, let me just make the biggest thing I could possibly make and then see who's interested in buying it. You don't want to buy anything from that guy. Like, you don't want anything to do with that guy. Like, fuck that guy, you know? That's weird. My dad always has new hobbies, and he recently picked up the guitar. And he's gotten pretty good at it now, but the first few weeks were pretty rough for me, just because it's like constant strumming, constant noise, just super annoying all the time. But I like support him. But he would then like ask me like, oh, can you figure out what song I'm playing yet? And like, I don't have the heart to tell him that I have like not a clue what he's trying to play. And then he's like, oh, it's like Hurt by Johnny Cash. And I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe someday. I recently lost all the bowls in my house because I was like home alone for a week, and by the third day, like I was out of cereal and out of bowls completely. So I like go to do the dishes, and they were just like not there. And that's like honestly impressive because like you don't just lose like 10 bowls. That's not something that just happens. Because I'm not like putting them in a place where I'd have to look for it. Like, either I'm putting dirty dishes back in the cupboard, or someone's like gotta be messing with me. And then it's like, it's extra crazy because I am not someone who ever like loses things. Like, I've never lost my phone, my wallet, my keys, anything important. And I used to think like, oh, I'm smart, I remember everything, that's why. And then the more I thought about it, it's like, do you know how hard it is to lose that stuff when your pockets can hold like 8 phones and 8 wallets at a time? Like, if you're a man, you have no excuse for losing anything ever. And also, I hid the bowls from myself. I already put them in the dishwasher, I just forgot. So that was kind of stupid. But if you're like a man and you're losing your phone and your wallet, like honestly, that's kind of like shame on you. Because there's a big like pocket inequality, and you're just not utilizing it. Like, if you have the opportunity to wear like cargo pants and you're just still losing everything, like you might as well put on like a cute little pencil skirt and just like, you're clearly not taking advantage of the situation. Another one of my hobbies is I'm really good at finding 4-leaf clovers. And everyone's like, oh yeah, it's because you're like Irish, right? No, bitch, it's like I just look for them. It's not that hard. And I'm also not that Irish, surprisingly. Like, I took an ancestry DNA test, and I'm only like 14% Irish, which is like kind of crazy because I'm way more ethnically diverse than I thought I would be. I'm just ethnically diverse within Europe. Like, I'm every type of white and have no type of melanin in me. It's honestly crazy. It's just like there's such a big like lack of diversity. At the biggest like family scandal is probably when we had like a Scottish man try to marry an English woman, and it's just like her family's just so upset that there's gonna be bagpipes and kilts at the wedding that they just have to like pretty much call it off and like invent elopement at that point. And it's like foregoing the wedding probably saved them like 5 shekels and 24 shillings, which is like back then that's probably a lot of money. Like if you were throwing those around back then, you were probably a big man on the countryside. And it's like nowadays, if you're throwing around coins, you probably get like kicked out of the strip club. That's my time. You guys are awesome. Thank you.